Hello there, Aries. How are you today? Welcome to your general reading. Thank you so much for being here. These are timeless readings, so please trust that the universe has brought you here because there is something in today's card spread that is meant just for you. Whatever it is that may be weighing heavily in your heart or on your mind, trust that the universe has brought you here because there is a message just for you. Hopefully, it will help clarify any questions you may have. So please take what resonates and leave the rest for everyone else. All right, here we go. Let's get to the last card here. Bottom of the deck for you today, Aries, is Knight of Swords. All right, so you're moving, you're grooving. All right, you're ready to take charge and you're ready to move forward. Whatever it is that's happening in your life, you're feeling a little sense of almost like pressure to get going. And a part of you may even be a little bit impulsive and impatient. So be aware of that kind of energy. You want to kind of make sure that that's harnessed or focused in a different way. This can also be about being a little bit assertive. So the Knight of Swords is truly assertive, can be impatient, direct, daring, very ambitious, but make sure that the assertiveness that you have, it's channeled appropriately because I don't want you to end up with any kind of conflict. Also, this is a truth seeker, so you may be a little bit more confrontational with your communication style right now, so be aware of that. Like I said, I don't want you to have any kind of conflict or confrontation because that just takes your energy level down. All right, we've got Temperance. So try to practice a little balance and moderation. So just like I was saying with the Knight of Swords, this is a card of fast moving, of impatience, impulsivity, that sort of thing. Temperance is here to let you know to just kind of take things down a little bit, focus on the path that you're supposed to be on, your path to glory. Work with universe, co-create with universe, and trust in divine timing. So if you're feeling like things aren't happening fast enough in your life, trust in divine timing. Things are going to work out exactly the way they need to. All right. You may be reminiscing about the past. There's a part of you right now that is all about nostalgia. You may also be having a lot of energy focused around family. And with this card of nostalgia, the Six of Cups here, it's okay to think about the past, of course, the good and the bad, but it's even more important to really learn our lessons from it, right? And to make sure that we don't repeat any mistakes. Right? And take the lessons, both the good and the bad, keep the good, learn from the bad, and apply it accordingly so that we can evolve and be at our best and highest selves. But especially right now, there is a lot of focus around family, relationships, things like that. So be aware of that. You may be required to really attend to that right now. All right, so throughout time, because of everything that's been going on in your life, all the challenges that you've been put through, there might be some walls that you've put up, or there might be a part of you that is kind of looking at your life and you're thinking, I'm really bored, or you're wanting a little bit more spice to your life, or you're wondering, why is my life this way? It just seems kind of monotonous. It's the same grind. Understand here that the universe is always trying to hand you something. You see this cup is being handed to this gentleman underneath the tree here. So always be aware, take the walls down, be aware that the universe is always presenting you with gifts. It's just a matter of you figuring out or realizing that those are gifts and they're not to be looked over. So, open yourself up to new opportunities, to new ideas. You've got the Lover's card here. The Lover's card can be a couple of things to a lot of people, to other people who read tarot. For me, the Lover's card is about commitment on a really deep spiritual level. So yeah, sure, it could be about you committing to another individual, like a lover, or it could be you even committing to yourself. But basically, it's you committing to something that is very divinely guided or spiritually guided, something that's very, very deep and very meaningful. So if this is a relationship type of commitment, you may be taking your relationship to the next level. If this is a partnership, say in a business, you are really seeing that you have such synchronicity between the two of you that you have the same goals, you see each other as equals, you're driven towards the same outcomes, and everything is working beautifully between the two of you, and you're ready to take that partnership to the next level. The Knight of Wands here, you've got two knights, and two knights that are very, very fast moving. So the Knight of Wands is very adventurous. You're ready to just try anything new, and you're up for any adventure. You're up for anything, fiery, right? You're not about just wanting to have a very boring life. You want something new to spice up your life. The other thing that the Knight of Wands can be is that you need to pay attention to something else that's in your life that needs attention. You need to do something about something in your life right now that's kind of pressing that you may be avoiding. All right. So I know that sounds a little bit vague, but definitely there's something here that you may be avoiding addressing So put some focus on that. Page of Cups. So again, new love may be coming into your life. Something definitely that is emotionally fulfilling is coming into your life. You may be very enchanted with another individual here that you are wanting to commit to, but definitely, or even enchanted with a new idea, a business venture, a passion project, whatever it is, but definitely you're open to receiving this new emotionally fulfilling thing in your life. All right, Queen of Wands. All right, so Queen of Wands, whenever I see the Queen of Wands in my readings, to me this signifies sort of like a glow up. So a lot of times it will appear in the people's readings if you've been going through a lot and your sense of self, your confidence has been kind of pushed down a little bit. This is a card to show me that you are regaining your confidence, you are regaining your sense of self-worth, you're very focused, and you're seeing the opportunities in front of you rather than dealing with the past. You're starting to see that, hey, you know, I understand the law of attraction. Whatever I send out to the universe, that's exactly what's going to come back to me. So that's exactly what the Queen of Wands is. Very attractive, very magnetic. She draws people towards her and is very, very attractive, you know, like very... enchanting, like I would say. People really want to gravitate towards her. She's like the it girl. You know, again, this can apply to man or a woman. It's just that energy of being the center focus. King of Cups is the, you might have a lot of energy of just, or opportunities to really gain a lot of wisdom to balance your head and your heart. Sometimes when you are very focused inside your mind, you're so straightforward, you're very emotionally detached, and so it could create a little bit of conflict, a little bit of noise in your life. And so throughout all of that, maybe you've learned your lesson and you've realized, and you've become even wiser, and you realize, okay, yes, I could be logical, analytical, and very adventurous and straightforward. However, I still need to be aware of other people's feelings. I need to connect my emotions with my mind, my intellect, and have that balance. All right, Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings. Yeah, you've got something here that's emotionally fulfilling. You also have the opportunity here to create something new in your life, a new opportunity, a new path, perhaps a new job, a new business, something like that. Something here in the material world is being presented to you. This can also mean health, right? Your physicality. There might be something here that's being offered to you, or maybe you are making a big change in your life so that you can improve your health. The Emperor. I like the Emperor. Well, first of all, Aries, the Emperor is your card, so it's nice that you are showing up here as yourself. So the Emperor is very bold, very prideful, but definitely a card of authority. So you are regaining this sense of self, your sense of your confidence is coming back, and you're really, you know, realizing you've got to take control of everything else that's going on in your life, and that whatever it is that you need to address, you're going to do that here. You're going to have to in the near future. See, there's that card of conflict, right? So just as I said here, be very careful, be very measured with how you are letting out this energy. You are a bundle of energy right now, and you want to move things along, and you're becoming very impatient. And I told you earlier to be very careful, because how you may be communicating or the energies that you're putting out may create some conflict in your life. So that conflict can really affect the new beginnings and this outlook here that's going on in your life. So remember, I said the Queen of Wands is about the law of attraction. Well, here's the thing. If you are being very impatient, or you're putting off, you know, negative energy, that's going to bring about conflict in your life, right? So if you don't want the conflict in your life, remember to compromise, communicate, right? Show compassion for others. Don't just go in there and take everybody's swords and, you know, and tell them the business. You have to, you know, because I wouldn't want you to lose out on any of these opportunities and all of the positive things that are headed your way. All right, Judgment. So here's the thing. Your spiritual connection to whatever it is that you choose to commit to, it's going to evolve you. It's going to take you to the next level, allow you to become more spiritually awakened, combining everything that's going on here with new love that's possibly coming into your life and opportunities to bring in something new in your life that is emotionally fulfilling. I mean, you've got great stuff that's moving towards you here. We just have to make sure that we're aware of some of the conflicts or possible conflicts that may come towards you or come into your life. The thing is you're very powerful as the Emperor, so you have to know how to temper that a little bit, right? We've got the Temperance card here. We have to remember how to temper this big energy, because the Emperor, though he means well, can come off a little bit too authoritative, right? Because he is so powerful and so strong. So may also exert just an overwhelming amount of control, right? To the point where there's an uneven distribution here. you see this guy taking everybody else's sword. So you don't want to be that kind of emperor, right? You want to be the wise emperor who is able to really kind of monitor his sense of control and his authority. So that way it doesn't bring about, any more conflict in your life. All right, let's take a look at some spirit animal cards here to see how we can convey some of these other messages here. We've got think on your feet. Yeah, so here, make sure that, with all of this movement energy here, that you're also thinking quick, I have no doubts that you're going to be able to embrace the think on your feet, because the Knight of Swords is very much like that. It's quick thinking, right? Just make sure that you have some time to really pull back and think about the consequences. Don't speak without thinking about how it's being received by the other person. Whale spirit, trust the great mystery. Yeah. So if you are kind of doubtful right now about how your life is about to transform, trust that the universe is working with you to protect you and provide for you and give you exactly what is needed in your life to help you evolve. So have trust in the universe. Flamingo spirit, embrace the in-between. Yeah, so you may be feeling a sense of boredom right now, but understand that the universe is trying to bring you something new into your life here with the Temperance card, and also offering you something new. So there might be a little bit of apathy, or maybe just you're asking yourself, when is it going to be our turn, right? This is very boring. I want things to happen right now. But here you've got to just practice a little bit of patience, right? Temperance, practice a little bit of patience. All right, here we go. We've got Groundhog Spirit, time to let go. Yeah, so anything that, is going on that is kind of perseverating, or that you're perseverating over, something that you're thinking about over and over. If someone has done you wrong and it's created a lot of conflict in your life, start to ask yourself, is it something that you really need to carry around with you? Is it conflict that you need to just let go? Do you need to rise above everything and be the emperor that you are, and just kind of realize there are certain things that you just need to let go, and not everything needs to be squashed, right? So the more you let go, the easier things are. There are some things, obviously, that you cannot, the non-negotiables, but for the most part, kind of controlling your reactions to things can really bring about a lot more peace and spiritual awakening versus conflict. All right, Aries, thank you so much for being here today. I hope that you are doing well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll talk to you soon. I love you. Bye-bye.